Hello YouTubers, DIYDan here with another DIY project. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix a sagging door. I had this door professionally installed and it started sagging immediately after the installer put it in. The installer has been out to my house a few times to try and fix it, but his repairs were only temporary. Like most things in life, if you want anything done right, you have to do it yourself. As you can see, the door is rubbing at the very top of the door frame. There are 3 tricks we can use to go about fixing it. First, you can try retightening the screws that hold the door hinge to the frame, but more than likely they will slide back out and the door will start rubbing again. The second trick is to replace the short screws that hold the door hinge to the door frame with longer ones. The idea here is the longer screws will reach a neighboring stud, pulling the door back into alignment. 99.9% of the time, replacing your door hinge screws with longer ones will fix your door sagging issue. But in the event it doesn't, there is a third trick. The third trick requires a piece of wood and a hammer. The idea here is to bend the door hinge back using these tools and forcing the door back into alignment. In this video, I'll be using the last 2 options, so let's go ahead and get started. Since the door is rubbing at the top, we will only be messing with the top hinge, since that is the only hinge that can pull the top of the door back into alignment. I start by using my screwdriver to remove the short screws so I can replace them with longer ones. The short screw you see here are like the other screws that hold my door to the door frame. Obviously, these screws are too short to properly anchor the door to the door frame. I'll be replacing these short screws with 3-inch long screws that I picked up at my local hardware store. The longer screws will allow the door to anchor into a neighboring stud, preventing it from sagging. Here, I'm installing the longer 3-inch screws. I start off installing them by hand, then switch over to my power tool to get them good and tight. Replacing only that one screw has already stopped my door from rubbing, but the alignment isn't perfect. I'm going to swap out the remaining short screws with longer ones to see if that helps improve things. I have swapped out all the short door screws with longer ones, and the alignment is much better. We're about 90% there, but I think we can do better. Let's try utilizing the final trick, which is bending the hinge back. So the last 2 tricks haven't worked for you. There's one more trick we can try, and that is bending back this door hinge right here. And the first thing we have to do is remove the door hinge pin. So just pull that out. Once you got the door pin removed, you'll see that there's actually 2 pieces to the door hinge. You got a piece that's connected to the door itself and a piece that's connected to the door frame. And the idea here is that we want to bend the door hinge that's connected to the door frame here over. And what that will do is actually force the whole door over as well. So let me go ahead and show you how that's done. These are the tools I'm going to use. This is just a scrap piece of wood and a hammer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang on the hinge here just to knock it over a little bit. So we've got 3 areas. We got the top, middle, and the bottom that I got to bend over to move the whole door over. So let me go ahead and show you how that's done. Here I'm using a block of wood to bend the hinge to the right of the door, which will force the door over and bring it that much more in alignment. Make sure you bend the correct hinge, which is the one attached to the door frame and not the door itself. The key here is to use small taps until you get the door adjusted to your satisfaction. Be patient here, as this process might take a few tries to do until the door is just right. Once you have bent the door hinge over, reinstall the door pin by lifting up on the door handle and sliding the pin in. If you are satisfied with the adjustment, then you are done. If not, repeat the process until you are satisfied. I'm really happy with how this door alignment turned out. This simple DIY project took less than 15 minutes of my time and will permanently fix my door alignment issue. As you can see, the door is just about perfect and is no longer rubbing. If you thought this video was helpful, please click the like button. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see other DIY videos, check out my other videos located here. Good luck!